because I didn't hint to you guys about what we are about to do today. It's been a while. Trust me, it's been a while. Let me break this news. I wanted to get my senior brother to be hosting the live session and I'll be a guest. But unfortunately, he's extremely busy, with, learning and then going to, work, learning new stuff. He's also extremely busy with his weekend activity. Because I was doing that because, when it comes to some of the live topics, I'm not so much enthused about the information that is in Nigeria. So I wanted somebody who would, come in and then, but we are still looking at it. Today we are talking about, there's been I don't know how to put it, a very delicate issue happening in my country about the Igbo king and then Ghanaians. The issue is very delicate. And I try to avoid such kind of convo on this channel because then it means that dissecting it, if you don't take care, you will step on toes. I don't like negativity a lot. I try as much to tackle some of them in a Pan-African sense. But guys, let's look at the Igbo king. We have an Igbo king in Ghana. They are not only in Ghana. The Igbo king, we have a subset, the bigger one in Accra. We have some in Kumasi. They have their day-to-day meetings. They have a community. All right, they have times they meet. Now, there's been, should I say, a warning and then feedback from Ghanaians in line with some demands from the Igbo king, and Ghanaians are ranting and banting about it. But we know that wherever Nigerians go, especially with the Igbos, they love to dominate. And one thing they do is that if, let's say, you sell this with an Igbo person, he will make money more than you in Ghana. That's what I've observed. So this same product, but the Igbo person will make money more than you. We understand the rich culture of the Igbos, but the question I want to pose today and bring my senior most brother into the conversation has to be with what is going on. The first thing I read and heard is that, the Igbo king is demanding for a land so that they can build a community. Secondly, they want to have their language taught in Ghanaian schools and so on and so forth. A lot, which my senior most bro would dive into. Senior, let's look into the conversation. You know the issue. How delicate is this issue to tackle? And people, before we go, when you come, drop your comments, drop your thoughts. You saw the thumbnail. All right, Ghana wants the Igbo king. And what is it all about? Let's dissect it. How delicate is this issue, Senior?
It depends on how you look at it. First of all, let me give you a background of the Igbo people. Igbos are very communal people. Wherever they go, they like to form their own community, for representation, as it were. Across Nigeria, at least that's that much I know. Across Nigeria, you have, away from their southeast, anywhere you go, Abuja, Lagos, North Kano, anywhere, you have the Ohanese and Igbo sociocultural group. Even in America, in the UK, here in Finland, where I live, you have the Ohanese and Igbo. It's a sociocultural group that makes representation for the Igbo. When they have issues, this is where they come, and they have their arrowheads and their chiefs. That's where they go to, for conflict resolution. That's where they solve their own problem. If ever they need help, once somebody's in trouble. There was a video I saw, I think some weeks ago in China, where the Igbo, the Igbo head was talking to his people, and they came in unison and they were talking about issues that was affecting them in China. So that's the much I can talk about with regards to the Igbo and their way of living. They are very communal. So the Ohanese and Indigo thing cuts across. Not just Ghana. It's in America. It's in Japan. Just name it. Even in Nigeria, outside their region, we have Ohanese and Indigo. So that's the thing about it. Now,
That's the whole thing.
yeah. Now, the past 5, 6 days now, we've been hearing about Igbos wanting to dominate Ghana. Although this is not new, we've been hearing about issues emanating from Ghana about Nigerians generally. Um, then I think in the past 2, 3 months we've heard about Ghanaian market people complaining about Igbo dominance in their markets.
Mm.
If you hear people complain about, if you hear people in the market complain, it's the Igbo people. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't, usually it has become a trend over time. I'm sorry to say it has become a trend over time that anything that has to do with Nigeria, Ghanaians are easily triggered. We could say something, lightheartedly, and it's easy for Ghana to pick offense in it. That is one thing that has been, very clear of late.
Mm.
So yeah, the Ohanese and Igbo thing, and their uh, the kingship. I don't see it as a trouble at all. It's not a problem because wherever you have people live, they want to have that sense of community. It's not a problem. However, there's a twist to it. One thing I'm hearing is that they are demanding for land.
Mm.
They are demanding for land, and they want their language taught in schools.
Yeah.
Language taught in schools. That's where it gets tricky, you know. Because one thing we must know is that any matter that concerns land is a very sensitive matter, very, very sensitive. If you check across the world, everywhere you go, when you hear about Israel, Palestine, Russia, Ukraine, Sudan, South Sudan, Congo, one thing is at the center: it is land. It is land. So people don't joke with because land is tied to ancestry and culture. So people don't joke with their land. Maybe the Ghanaians are getting very sensitive because they feel that you have taken over our markets. Now you want to come and take over our land with your culture in our place. That's cultural imposition. So we're not ready to have that. But I feel that it is something that needs attention. People need to sit down and look into the matter. You understand, and dissect to see which is true and which is not true with a way, with eyes into the future on how you could forestall such kind of problems. Hey, you understand? Such kind of problems going into the future. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's just it. But as for the
Hello. Hello. Hello.
as for the Igbos and their culture, there are people who like to live together, and wherever they are, they want to be seen as one. You understand? They have this. They are a common. Yeah, they have this sense of community. Yeah, so that's what I can say.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I beg, don't
Welcome
mind
to
me.
our live session, big girl. Welcome. Welcome. We
Sorry, I beg.
appreciate you here. Okay. That is giving us an insight. Now let's go deep into the matter. Should it be a cause for concern? You spoke about the land issue. Well expounded. Should it be a cause for concern? Should it be allowed for them to have a land and then for them to also have a space? Should it be allowed? Because let's say, let me give an example. We have West in Ghana. They migrated from Nigeria. Now we have the same culture in Togo.
The airways
Okay.
are from your empire.
Yes.
Mm,
Now this Togolese West can come to Ghana, leave, and then you will not see the difference between them and the Ghanaian ones.
mm,
So should Ghana worry? Because personally, I feel some of them are not too much of an issue. I think the only one you spoke about is the land thing. But let's look at the educational part where they want their culture to be taught and
mm,
then instilled into the Ghanaian syllabus education? Do you think it's worth it?
already already there's a history. You understand? There's a history of people feeling that um, these people are intimidating us. They are culture vultures. They are people who are trying to do cultural appropriation. You understand? So that that has made it on an uneasy situation. That has made it an uneasy situation. Wait, don't mind, Joe. Sorry.
I think she wants to communicate. Oh. She wants to share her. She has
She's
something to
disturbing.
say.
She's disturbing.
My people, if you join, I bet share your thoughts with us. The issue is very delicate, but try as much to share your thoughts. We are trying as much not to be biased. We want to say it as it is. Okay, senior, go on.
Um, you know, in recent times, we have heard from different quarters in Ghana complaints about um, Nigerians, as it were. Both offline and online. In fact, things we do in our country that should concern us alone, we hear complaints. You
Yeah.
understand? Let alone, let alone Nigerians in the Ghanaian space. So it has
Mm.
always, in recent times, um,
Yeah.
Ghanaians have painted a picture of, um, a picture making it seem like Nigerians, um, uh, 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 how do I put it? What's the word?
As the word is, I think dominating.
Yeah, okay, Nigerians. I don't. That's
Dominating.
not for lack of better words. You understand? Nigerians
Mm.
are dominating for lack of better words.
Yeah.
But that's not what I want to say. So they have painted picture around that environment. So
Mm.
now it's a psychological thing. So it's as though they are seeing what they have been suspecting or what they have been complaining about
Mm.
come into play. That how can you
Mm.
leave your country and say you want to come into my country and teach your language in my schools? Anyways,
Mm.
um, and teach your language in my schools and have land in my country where you will have your own culture established. You know, so
Yeah.
that for me, I think it's a stretch. That's a
Mm.
stretch. If it is true, it's a stretch.
Mm.
You understand? Because you have to understand the temperature of the land where you live in.
Okay.
In Nigeria, for example, there's a place
Mm.
called Ilupeju in Lagos. Ilupeju. Ilupeju has a large population of Indians with their
Okay.
culture. They have schools for their children. They have um, they have their traditional rites that they do, their festivities and all that. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a hoot about what goes on in the Indian community in
Okay.
Ilupeju.
Mm.
It doesn't concern anybody.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
And it has been like that from when I was little till today.
Mm.
Till today. So nobody has ever complained.
Mm.
But the thing is, do we see the Indians in Nigeria as threats? No,
Mm.
nobody sees them as threats. But in recent times, there have been complaints from Ghana about Nigerians. So there's a background already, and these people tend to see you as a threat in their space. So
Yeah.
anything that happens, that seems like you are coming to etch your presence on the ground will trigger, will trigger their
Yeah.
sensibility. So that is what is going on. It's a matter of,
Mm.
it's a matter of perception that you
Mm.
people, because not just I'm not just coming to talk. I've seen videos of of
Mm.
Ghanaians on TikTok, yeah, pressing the panic button and say, no, we cannot allow this to happen. We cannot. Even the Lebanese, they have their communities in Nigeria.
Mm.
Yeah, the Lebanese have very, very good, huge community in Nigeria, and nobody complains about it. You understand? So the thing is, it's about tolerance. But tolerance, as it
Mm,
were, is not that easy if it has to do between Nigeria and Ghana, because there's this perception that has been created over time. This
mm,
unhealthy, unnecessary rivalry that does not exist. You understand? So
yeah.
we're talking. You said that Burna Boy used to come to Ghana a lot. He doesn't come anymore. A lot of other Nigerian big stars used to come, but they don't come. It's because they hear the things that Ghanaians see online. So that's why they don't
Yeah.
come anymore. So now that
Mm,
speaks to this matter on ground. You understand? There's
mm,
that. There has been in the past 3-4 years. There has been this consistent complaint, and
mm,
Nigeria do this, Nigeria do that, Nigeria do this, Nigeria do that. So even we ourselves, we are tired.
mm,
Yes. And now, mind you, growing up, Ghanaians from my country, plenty. From the 80s, early 90s, 2000 till 2010, we had a lot of Ghanaians. A lot. Even till now, as we speak now, we have over 1.5 million people, Ghanaians in Nigeria, as we speak right
mm,
now.
yeah.
But it's not as much as it used to be back then.
Mm,
But you've never heard that, Nigerians complain about Ghanaians. No,
mm.
you understand? So that's the thing. You never heard
Wow.
Nigerians complain.
Is it safe to say? You see, that I don't know. I always say that I know you meet people, you mingle a lot. You see that there are different people amidst a particular country. I'm about to read comments. I can see comments coming. Have you ever met a Ghanaian who doesn't act like a Ghanaian, but wears the attributes of a Nigerian in him? Have you ever encountered such people before?
I don't think I understand that question, because maybe you
Okay.
have to define the personality of Nigerians.
Okay. We have been, I don't know, cultural wise. The last time I said yes, please, that's an identity. Yes, please. And then, the DNA of Niger people, when you do something, it's not only for your locality, it spreads across. I'm talking about when you meet a personality who has a business mantra like a Nigerian, who behaves like a Nigerian, is not too calm. And I'm not saying Nigerians are not calm, not too, our calmness. Yes, please. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, I salute you, sir. Have you ever met? I'm about to ask a question. That's why I'm asking. Have you ever met a Ghanaian who, you know, loves to go with Nigerians more than his own people? Let me put it in that phrase.
I don't think so, and
Okay.
maybe I've not um, gotten myself involved in such kind of environment. So my 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 cycle is quite small. You understand? I'm not
Okay.
that much of a people rats, so I don't get to see that much.
Okay.
However, the thing is, irrespective of character traits, irrespective of character traits, the thing is that we have to be in agreement and unison before we can be friends. You understand? And if you can see from what there's one Eddie Young making post, from what he's saying, you could tell that there are there's some what's it called, um, um, uh, coal burning from within, you know, and
Mm.
people are waiting for the next Nigerian to talk. They just want to come out and lash at the person. You understand? It's a matter of perception. That's what has been built
Yeah.
in the mind. You get. But
Mm.
the thing is, um, okay, take for instance when Bimbo Ademola, somebody, they
I
said
recall.
her movie was aired in Ghana, you know, and he came out to complain about it. Anybody who has sense should know that, yeah, this is wrong. And the next thing you should do is to apologize. People came out and were making noise. Maybe this one that they promote you. You have done something wrong. But because it is in the mind that, no, these people want to show them their sense, they're too much. Even when you do something wrong, you don't want to admit. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm, mm,
So it's a mindset. You get. I'm not saying we are
yeah.
perfect. I'm not saying we are perfect people, but it has almost become a tradition within Africa for everybody to want to talk about Nigeria in negative light. It has
Mm,
become a
mm,
trend.
mm,
You
yeah.
understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and the people who do the most are Ghanaians and South Africans.
Mm,
You understand? But the thing is,
yes.
we don't care about anybody. We don't care. In our country, we don't discuss anybody. We discuss ourselves. You
That's
understand?
true.
I'm not saying we don't have bad eggs amongst us. We do, just like any other country does. We
Of
do. We have
course.
bad eggs, just like
Of course.
any other country does.
Of
You understand?
course.
I hate to cite bad examples, but for the
Mm,
record,
mm.
the other day they came to arrest 4 Ghanaians for cyber fraud. If it were Nigerians, just imagine the headlines. So,
I said it. I think I said it. I said it in the editorial that
mm,
whoever preaches equity must come with clean hands. The comments are coming. Guys, we're about to read comments, so keep dropping your own. This conversation is healthy for our space.
you understand? So if it was
Mm,
Nigerians that committed that they came to pick Africa, the whole of African media space will not rest. This one, that one, we know that's what they do. Tell me, how many Nigerians have you seen talk about the guys that they picked, the Yahoo boys they picked in Ghana? We don't care. It's
mm,
your business. We have our
mm.
own problems. How many go to the blogs? How many Nigerians have you seen come out to talk about they picked 4 Yahoo boys? The other guy, I think the other time they came to pick one Kofi boat, or they extradited him. It's from your media space that I get to hear about it. Nigerians don't
Mm,
care about it.
mm,
You understand? If not Nigeria, everywhere we don't bust. Do you
mm.
get?
Yeah.
We mind our business.
Mm,
Back to the matter. The Yeah, well, it spills to what I'm talking about too. The thing is,
mm,
like I said earlier, it has become very fashionable across Africa, for most especially Ghana. And in fact, in South Africa, you don't hear them talk about Nigeria except there's a problem. You understand?
mm,
In Ghana, you just see somebody travel to Nigeria. He goes to do video. Ghana is better than Nigeria. This one. What is the problem? Who's competing with you?
mm.
I checked one page the other day. The guy was saying Thames is overrated. This FI is better than Thames. Who's competing with you? Where did you pick up that competition from? Eh?
The funny thing is that I saw one this morning, and I think there is an Independence Square something in Abuja where they have the Abuja Stadium behind it.
Mm.
So the person was like, because Ghana gained her independence first, Ghana has a similar one, and then our stadium is behind. So right after, I think 3 years later, Niger had their independence, or 5 years later. So Niger copied. I watched the guy.
Well,
I
it's
wanted
one
to comment.
stupid social media. I mean, one stupid Nigerian boy living in Ghana that is doing that nonsense.
What's his name?
One very whether Paramount is his name. Very stupid idiot.
No,
You
there is
understand?
one. There is one who has inherited the Ghanaian name. Um, I think it's search for Brakofi. I think it's Brakofi. Brakofi. So I'm like, I wanted to comment. I commented and I deleted because like I said, I don't like negativity, and sometimes I'm being fought for not dissecting such issues on the channel. And I tell them I try to filter
Okay,
them
his
to
name is
discuss
Brakofi.
some of them.
His name is Brakofi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah,
does that
Brakofi.
nonsense. He does that nonsense a lot. Look, the most stupid thing is that you cross two borders. There's Togo, there's Benin.
Mm,
You go to Nigeria to compare. Why don't you go to Togo and compare yourselves? Why don't you have Ivory Coast there? Why? Why all this? When did all this start? Why should you be comparing Ghana to Nigeria?
I
What is
watched
it?
that. I wanted to tell him, bro, can you be non-biased? Both countries, you can have a healthy conversation, but can you be non-biased? Because it's like you enrage one against the other, and then you are making fun of it, and then it's funny to you. But one thing is that you cannot take away the fact that you are Nigerian. It will still remain with you. So
Yes.
why don't you dissect the issue? Like, okay, this is a beautiful independence act from Nigeria. Ghana has one too. Both countries are thriving. We pray for the best. Something like that.
Samuel Parker said it's Igbo, not Nigerians. Look, I'm a Nigerian. The Igbos in Nigeria are Nigerians.
Okay,
Unless and
that
until they get unless and
guys,
until
let
they
me
get
read your comments. Let me read your
okay.
comments. Eddie Young is saying, I'm sorry, but we've not painted a picture. In the past month of June alone, 3 different armed robbery groups of Nigerians were arrested by the Ghana Police Service. These things make Niger look bad. Eddie, I want to chip in something. Eddie, so are you trying to say that recently we saw in our own country, our own people robbed a filling station, ran to Togo, and they were extradited back? So what are you trying to outline? Let me keep sharp. Eddie, be mindful because you are preaching equity, but you don't have clean hands. Eddie, we have armed robbery in Ghana. So don't make it seem like it is Ghana that is the saint. That is my problem. He's also saying the majority of young girls from Nigeria who come here are
Olofo.
Olosho. Sorry. Unfortunately, it's not only a perception, bro. These things are real issues on the ground. Did you know that they are Ghanaians? Okay, in my next topic, I'm gonna talk about Ghanaian ladies who migrate to Nigeria and they do high time hookup.
Hang on. Let me address that matter. Maybe Eddie is a young man. I grew up in the 80s in Lagos.
Mm,
There is a saying, they say Kosaru Ghana.
mm,
Yeah, it's a popular saying. Kosaru Ghana means there are no old women in Ghana. Because that now the translation is that no matter how old you are still trending in Ghana.
mm, mm,
Meaning that there's a lot of sorry, I have to say there's a lot of ashawo in Ghana.
mm,
I have to be sincere.
mm,
Growing up, the ashawos I know, the ashawos I knew in Nigeria were Ghanaians.
mm,
The first gay guy that I would meet ever in my life, first gay guy with a
mm,
dress like woman ever, Danny. Danny na Ghanaian. Do
mm.
you understand? I'm not
Yeah.
saying it to. I'm not saying it to. I
My
mean,
line. But
malign
when
Ghana.
I
No, no,
understand
no,
you,
no.
when you bring it context wise,
You
then you
understand?
are trying to say that Ghana, we don't do that. Eddie,
Um,
that's what I'm
so,
saying. You are preaching equity, Eddie. You are
um,
saying that they are doing that. But I'm saying that I have a video, it's on YouTube, of a Ghanaian lady confessing to going to Nigeria to doing high time hookup.
no, bro.
So,
Listen,
so
listen,
everybody has his problems. Everybody has a
listen.
shortfall.
I said
Don't try to bring somebody's one to cover up an issue.
when we were
That's my
growing up,
problem.
when we were growing
Mm,
up, the people
mm,
where they do a shower for Lagos are Ghanaians.
mm,
This no pun intended. This is not to make
mm,
Ghana look bad. No, the
mm,
people if anybody will grow up in the 80s, early 90s, if he did that comment section, make it confirm and for me. The people doing ashowers in Lagos in late 80s, early 90s were Ghanaians. That was their job. You understand?
Go to Senegal. Go to Senegal. Go to Libya. Go to
Ashawo
Senegal.
na
Go to
ashawo
Libya.
na the ashawo na
Ghanaians are doing it. So don't bring one country and malign as if we are angels. That's my problem. And that is what I am not. That is why I'm not loved. I do not, raise my country against another country. I say it as it is. It's difficult, I know. But I have started. I cannot stop. Let's carry on.
Africa Informed. And who told you that till now you don't have Ghanaian and Ashawo in Nigeria? We don't talk
They are
about all those
still
things.
there.
No, because we don't talk about all these things. We don't care. The number of Ghanaians living in Nigeria now outnumbers the number of Nigerians living in Ghana. Do you call? Do you see us? How many times have you heard about Nigerians coming to complain about Ghanaians in Nigeria?
Not
Every
at
time they
all.
complain, go to Onikpan, Agege in Lagos. Those two places now Ghanaians put those places. I grew up in their midst. So what are you saying? Go to Onikpan and Agege. Now Ghanaians put all those places. Shomolu.
This one is from Gozi Anike saying that Eddie, sorry, but you are a personification of ignorance. Silence is golden. Eddie is coming again saying when Nigerians do this here, it makes us not want to have anything to do with them. Issues of cultist activities by Nigerians in Kaswa is growing. You are pushing me to say things, but it's okay. Eddie, let me skip some of your narratives. And again, this is why we don't want to have anything to do with you guys. I am pointing out issues on the ground, and all you could do is to throw insults. Eddie, so are you trying to tell me that there ain't no cultist in Ghana? Eddie, is that what you are saying? We've never heard of kidnappings in Ghana until the Nigerians started doing it here. It's just the hard truth. Eddie, recent Ghana in Takoradi, a Ghanaian lady kidnapped herself, and it was in the company of some people. Kidnapping happens in Ghana. Listen, for some few days ago, a Ghanaian was kidnapped, and the lady or the brother of the lady said she doesn't have any money to pay, so they should do whatever they want to do with him. They. I don't want to use the word. They. You get it. This is YouTube. I don't want to use words, and then they will call out my channel. This one is saying, this one is Feris or Fez Diri. He's saying that Dr. Beckley was the first known kidnapper in West Africa. He's a Ghanaian. It is so you see that people have facts. You see, Dr. Beckley, those times, Dr. Beckley, where we found human heads in his apartment. Have you seen people majoring and talking about it? My guy, you dey preach equity, but you don't have clean hands. Bro, it's not a perception. The things are happening and you say it's a perception. I'm not saying it's a perception. I'm saying that it's a reality. That you talk about somebody's shortfalls, but you close your mouth to your own. That's what I'm saying. Gozi
My
Aneke is
problem.
saying self.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Gozi Aneke is saying self-hate is a terrible thing. What a Nigerian does should not have a real estate in your mind like that. Focus. Queen Best is saying Ghanaian men are the ones who seemingly looks quiet, but your women are more ras. They take dominance while Nigerian men take dominance. This matter. if I try to talk about it, problem good days. So I can skip out. Queen, this submission. Queen Best is a, I don't even know what to call her. I salute you, my sister. First, there is a when a Ghanaian is caught in crime, home and abroad, home and abroad, Ghanaians always deny trying to tag their own criminals with a Nigerian identity. This issue, I think I've spoken about. There's a whole
Look,
topic I have
yes,
discussed on my channel.
sorry. My friend told me, I think 14 years ago, there was
Okay.
a Ghanaian caught at the train station. He didn't have money, was sleeping outside. He said he was Nigerian. Yes. So what are you
And why
saying?
do they do that? Why do they do that?
So what are you saying? He said he was Nigerian.
No, what is the rationale
There
behind
were some, there
saying
were
you
some
and I?
Cameroon, there were some Cameroonians caught sometime, for robbery. They said they were Nigerians. In Philippines, this one was just last month. Just no, 3 weeks ago in Philippines, there's this scam call center. They were making calls right there in Philippines, thousands of miles away. They said they were calling clients in America. They said they were calling from Nigeria. They gave Nigeria as their location. These are not
Interesting.
black, these are Filipinos. You understand? So what is wrong with people? It is easy to stereotype a people and label them as something just because you don't like them. Maybe because look, there's no shame in it. We are good people, we are bad people, we are gangsters. We don't care. You understand? We don't care. But
Eddie Young is saying, Aneke, what a Nigerian does has nothing to do with me. But when it's done in my country, it concerns me. And he's saying, one thing I've learned in life is that if everyone is talking about you, you should know that there is something wrong somewhere. If everyone is talking about you, Eddie, you are putting the whole thing in a context. Everyone is not talking about Nigeria in a negative date.
hang
Everyone, when
on.
you say everyone, then you are trying to say
Hang
that
on.
everybody. Nobody.
Hang on. Hang on.
Okay.
Everybody is talking about Nigerian fashion industry and how it's going global. Everybody's
Yeah.
talking about Nigerians' exploits overseas
Yeah.
in America, becoming, world champions, becoming, one last week, a doctor won some huge awards. I think eight awards. Everybody, people from outside Africa talk all those good things, but Ghana has taken it upon its own self to always project Nigeria in bad lights. You are not the best of people in the world. You are not saints. You are not saints. You commit crimes. They caught your people in crime and you claim to be Nigerians because of convenience. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? You people will go and say, nah, Ghana is better than Nigeria. You do stupid videos and post on social media and see Ghana at night. Who cares about you? Are you a standard? Who cares about you?
Why always portray
Why? What is
people
your problem?
as
Why is it that you go to bed, you go to sleep every night with Nigeria in your heart? Nigeria.
why would you portray people as bad people when you are not the self-righteous you are talking about?
Look,
People.
Africa is going through a lot. We're all poor people where we come from. That's why we travel all over the place. We're all poor people. And
True.
the crimes you see being committed is as a result of bad governance, bad leadership, lack of access to amenities. So we all are in that same boat.
Yeah.
But when a certain class of people come out to paint themselves as wear the robes of saints and try to paint some other people black, that's where I have problems. You understand? And it has become a culture, a norm. Every day. I've been following Ghanaian media for 6 years. Every day, I don't mean every other time. Every day, there's a Ghanaian has bad things to say about Nigeria. Do we talk about you?
Let me add up. I wanted to rebut a video. You see, with what I'm doing, my people look at me like this. This is how they've been staring at my contents for a while. Someone I know did a video. We are fighting over Afro dancehall. And then the person is dedicating the genre to Stonebwoy. In that editorial, Afro dancehall, the person had to mention Nigeria's name in it. Now, the person had to mention Nigeria's name in Afro dancehall, which doesn't concern Nigeria.
I watched it.
You watched it? Oh, you watched it, eh?
In fact, that was what.
And you've seen the person on my channel before. The person, you saw him on my channel.
What is different people we are talking about? Because
That's the same Stonebwoy's confidant I brought. He did that and he was like, we are not documenting our history, so Nigerians are documenting it and tell. I'm like, what has Afro dancehall got to do with Nigerians? You are fighting over an inherited genre, somebody's inherited genre, and then you are bringing on board Niger. So I'm like, I wanted to tackle it, but my spirit was telling me, let it pass.
Let me read
this one.
Sorry, the few of us who know about Ghana is because a lot of Nigerians want to know what's being said about them outside Nigeria. That's why they know about Ghana. Let me tell you, we don't know. We don't care. We don't know
Yeah.
anything going on. We care about what is happening in our own country. We
Yeah.
have political issues to deal with. We have governance issues to deal with. But every day you go online, every day you go online, Cotonou not talking about Nigeria. Why is Togo not talking about Nigeria? Why is Ivory Coast not talking about Nigeria? Why is Kenya not talking about Nigeria?
Mm.
Every day, I mean, it's every day you go. You see them. They cook with their 20 CDs data. They just come Nigeria. Do this. What is the problem?
Hmm.
What have sorry. What have we done to you? What did they tell you we did? What did they tell you our fathers did to you? We were ready to apologize.
I think the last time I told you, see, the domineering
I'm not
nature of
asking you.
Nigerians.
I'm not asking you. It's a rhetorical
I
question.
know. I'm answering for my people. I'm answering for my people. The domineering nature, Nigerians, you are dominating, and it's not. You see, the reason I wanted to tell you this some time ago via voice note. The reason why Ghanaians are intimidated is that Ghana thought we were the we were the music, like we are it, like music is us. Niger caught Ghana
Hang
by
on,
surprise.
hang on. Let me respond to Eddie. He said, "I'm not in denial of the past. Nigeria used to dwell, and Ghanaians wanted to be associated with Nigeria. Today, the table has turned. Nigerians are the ones coming here. Look, we are everywhere. We are. If you go to Ivory Coast, we have 3.5 million Nigerians in Ivory Coast.
Mm.
If you go online now, check how many Nigerians are in Ghana. How many Nigerians? We don't have up to, you still have over 1.5 million people, over 1.5 million Ghanaians in Nigeria. Oh, your movie stars are living in Nigeria. Have you complained about them? Have you heard them complain about your movie stars, your Ghanaian movie stars in Nigeria? They live in Nigeria now. Mawuli Abi, what's his name? What's it called? All those this elderly guy. A lot of them.
Too Sweet Annan, Eddie Watson,
Mhm.
Enoch Darkun,
Mm.
a lot of them.
A lot of them live in
Jackie Appiah's brand is solid because of Niger.
A lot of them live in Nigeria. When have you heard about harassment towards them in Nigeria? We don't care. We don't see if you have the whole of your population come live in Nigeria. We will not even know. Why do you think Lagos has that much population? Like a land of 3,600 square kilometers has close to 30 million people living in it. You think it's just Nigerians? You think it's just Nigerians that are living in Lagos? It's not just Nigerians. It's a lot of people. Lagos is not as big. What's the size of Accra? I
That's
don't
like
think.
I don't have it off head, but
I
that's
don't
like
think
a meager sum.
Lagos is 3,600 square kilometers. I don't think it's as big as Accra land mass wise. But the people living in Lagos are close, if not more than 30 million people. You think Ghanaians are not among them? We have 1.5 million Ghanaians living in Nigeria. When have you ever heard that Nigerians complain about Ghanaians? When have you ever heard? Not for once. See, from 10 years, 15 years ago, we've been hearing hardly every 2 years, you don't hear Ghanaians that will say the Nigerian traders should come and pay $10,000 as ground. Come on.
Yeah, for movies.
Hardly every 2 years it doesn't happen. For more than 10 years now. It has happened this year. So the thing is, when you come online, you say because you are hospitable. Is that hospitality?
Hmm.
Is that hospitality?
That's kinda an understatement.
Is
That's
go to
the
maybe
the thing that funny me because
because you have not traveled before. Go to Lagos and see love. Nobody. In fact, if you live in Lagos, if you live in Nigeria, we don't know nationalities. We don't know.
of course
We don't know national. We don't know whether you are not from Nigeria. But you people, because You people, because you are conservative and you are, yes, once somebody comes into your country, you know quickly that this person is not a Nigerian.
Mm.
There was one time, last year, I think last 2 years, there was an issue about oil theft with the vessel, something related to that. The person who came to speak was a Ghanaian. You
Mm.
understand? The expert who came to speak, he's been living in Nigeria to the extent that he got into the maritime industry. The person who came to speak as an expert, living in Nigeria, talk about oil theft in Nigeria.
Mm.
And they gave him his flowers.
Mm.
Every little thing, people are triggered. You are intimidated.
Mm.
You say here in
Mm.
Nigerians want to be associated with you. We don't know you. Okay, tell me for whatever reason we want to be associated with you. In the whole of Africa, Nigeria is the most popular. Sorry, Nigeria is the most popular and most populous country. That's one.
Mm.
Nigeria, Lagos is richer than the whole of Ghana.
Mm.
You understand? So tell me, the biggest stars, moving music, everything. Tell me, are they from Ghana? I'm not taking a jab at your country. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, I know.
So tell me,
I know.
the biggest academic juggernauts in Africa
Mm.
are Nigerians.
Mm.
Yes, academics, professors, everything, they are Nigerians.
Mm.
The wealthiest black people in the world are Nigerians. So tell me why we want to be associated with you.
Self entitlement, eh?
The wealthiest black people in the world are Nigerians.
Mm.
So tell me why we want to be associated with you. Because I'm talking to the young. Because if you're not
Mm.
intimidated, you will not be worried about the people who don't care about you. You will not worry about people who don't care about you.
Eddie is saying every African country has issues with Nigeria, and you say the issue is not Nigeria. This one is Dubai DX. I greet you, bro. TJ Studios. Okay, I salute you, my brother. Samuel Parker. This is very bad. I'm a Nigerian Igbo. Some Igbo are bad. Please resist them. We are not generalizing them.
We
We are not
discussed that.
generalizing. We are
We
saying
discussed
every
that.
community has their bad people, so it's accepted.
No, sorry. I think that's our topic of discussion. That's our
Yeah,
major topic of discussion.
yeah.
The issue is
That's our
that
major topic.
you cannot go into somebody's country
Mm.
and demand land that you want to establish your own mini kingdom rather. No, nobody will accept that. You understand? More so when it is established that there's this animosity that nobody's wanting to agree. You understand?
Mm.
Nobody will accept that. You
Yeah.
get? So, but the thing is, we, there's a Lebanese community in Nigeria. There is the
Mm.
Indian community in Nigeria. With their culture, their school, their kings, everything, we have never for once complained. Next time you go to Lagos, go to Ilokeju and go and see it. It's there
Okay.
in the open.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You see, Queen Bess just said something. She said the Makoko people are from Benin Republic, but they
Mm.
live in a slum that has been giving Lagos and Nigeria a bad look, but don't care about the shame, but still accommodating. Now, I can tell you more about that Makoko people because I lived in
Mm.
that area.
Okay.
Yeah. Those people are from Benin Republic.
Okay.
You understand? And they have been there for hundreds of years. When
Okay.
Makoko has become a sort of tourist attraction, although I don't see what is touristic about it because it doesn't portray
Okay.
the country in good light. It's the largest um, um, water slum in the world. You've seen
Okay.
Makoko before. Video. Those people are not Nigerians. They're from Benin Republic.
Okay.
Yes. When we were growing
Mm.
up, you know, we were living on land. They were living on water. So
Mm.
going to the market, they'll pass across our streets. You
Mm.
understand? I could
Yeah.
speak a little of their language. Kofi and
Okay.
Ajoto, Wadidao, Ojege. I know a little of their language because I lived in their midst. You understand?
Okay.
When have you ever seen Nigerians come online to say that the Makoko people are not Nigerians?
Mm.
They move. They, okay, have you seen the Makoko videos on YouTube?
Mm.
Have you
I will.
seen it? You've not
Yeah,
seen it?
I've not
Go
seen
on
it. I'll check.
and tell me if that's a good fight. But Nigerians have never complained. Those people are not
Mm.
Nigerians. They
Mm.
are Cotonou people. But
Mm.
you people are complaining. So, in fact, some people will say Ghana.
Is that is that not the place where
Yeah,
streamer Kai
yeah, they
Cenat
went
wanted
there.
to build schools?
Yeah,
That's the place?
yeah.
Oh yeah. I did a video. I know the place. I did a video about it. You remember? On the page when Kai Cenat wanted to,
Uh,
and they were saying it's waterlogged.
uh.
Yeah.
So the thing is, look, you people should learn to move, and when you move, you learn. You understand? What is your problem? What is your problem? I'm not saying we are the best of people. Like I said earlier, we are good people, we are bad people, we are gangsters, we are showers. We have everything. We are not in denial at all. We have everything, everything. We're a complete rich community. Complete. Everything is within and amongst us. But you coming to try to paint yourselves
For
as
those of
as
you who don't know Makoko, you can check. This is Makoko. Hmm?
so the thing is, you see, a lot of you people have been indoctrinated into hating, and there's nothing we can do about it. You understand? There is nothing we can do about it. We don't want you don't like us, we don't want you to like us. But we don't have about hate. We don't want you to like us. Why? Number one is that we don't even care about your likes. Your likes don't feed us. You understand? We don't care about your
Mm.
likes. We do our things. You understand? From look, let me even reiterate here. From jollof rice, something as stupid as jollof rice war. How did that thing start? Because of um, the love nature of Nigerians. They go out,
Yeah.
in Europe and America. They want people to come and have a taste of their food. You understand? You people are so jealous that it's not you they are talking about. You started saying jollof rice is from Ghana. This was how jollof war started. Oh. No two ways about that. This was how it started. Something
Mm.
as stupid as that. Hmm? Now to
Mm.
Afrobeat. We own Afrobeat. They stole it from us. They came to learn from us. What is wrong with you people? Because it's not you they're talking about. So you want the attention to be on yourself. Therefore, you must hate what you cannot have. If that is not inferiority complex, tell me what it is. Now, ordinarily, if it was a Togolese king that wanted to establish his kingdom in Ghana, it will not be a problem. I assure you.
No problem. Oh. Problem no good day.
Already you feel inferior and intimidated. That is why you are pushing the panic button. All right, that's it. Just like I explained to you, go to the Cotonou people in what's it called, in Makoko. They have their kingship. They have everything recognized by Lagos state government, and they are not Nigerians. In Makoko, the Indian community have their kings. They do their festivities. Nigeria has they have lived there for as long as possible. Nigerians have never complained. The Lebanese people have lived in Nigeria. In fact, if you care to know, Lebanese are among the people who run Nigeria economy till today. Lebanese and Indians. The Shagori group, the
For,
Eco Hotel
for
is owned
for an
by Shagori.
additional information, we have Indian community here, Pakistan, yeah, community here. And the funny thing is that you see, I think it's something we call as inferiority complex. On our TV networks, we have Indian soap opera or telenovelas translated into Twi, dominating our TV stations. and our culture. These are some of the things that has affected our movies, because the person will prefer watching those things over a Ghanaian movie, and then we turn around to say that Ghana movie is dead.
Me, I'm against, because you have to understand, like I said earlier, you have to feel the temperature of the land you live in. So if you know that, there's this level of friction in the land, you have to tread carefully, know what you do and know what to do and what not to do. So in that light, I think it was a stretch for the Igbo people to demand, if it is true, for the Igbo people to demand for land for Anes and Igbo. If it is true, I think it's a stretch. However, I can tell you, the Indians don't live in a place except that they have communities. They don't live in a place except that they have their community and their leaders. Pakistanis too. So, because the truth about it is that yes, there may be legitimate reasons to be worried. However, it is because you are intimidated by Nigerians. It's as simple as that, and you have shown it in different aspects of life, from music to food to everything. Your celebrities will come out and talk shamelessly about what is happening. And there are two borders between us. We don't have as much we don't have as much Nigerians in Ghana as much as we have Ghanaians in Nigeria. Have you ever heard? Nigerians don't know nationalities. We don't know if you're not Nigerians. I worked with Ghanaians. I worked with Asari. I worked with Madam Victoria. I worked with several of them in Morehouse Hospital in the early 2000s. Nobody knew they were not Nigerians. Nobody cared. But Nigerians in Ghana are always complaining. And you say they are coming to live in your country. Okay, why did you build infrastructure if you don't want people to come and live in your country? Why did you make it beautiful if you don't want to come and live? If you don't want them to come and live in your country?
The UK government will say we don't need
Migration is as
to
old
have
as
this
man.
group of people. It's allowed. Everybody is welcome, so far as you are living there genuinely.
Nigerians are coming to Ghana to commit crimes. Ghanaians don't commit crimes. Ghanaians don't commit crimes. The other day they jailed an Igbo girl. A Nigerian girl. Said because she was doing a shower in Ghana. Do you know how many Ghanaian ashawos we have in Nigeria?
Oh, you
Do you know
brought
how
up
many?
that conversation. Let me chip in. I visited her. I didn't shoot it because it was. I think I went to shoot a video. Remember, I told you I went to do a podcast for. I visited
Yeah.
her. I think I spoke with one Nigerian known as Bayo, and then I have a cousin who is in that prison, in Sawan prison. So I spoke to her, and then per the chat, she said she's not sure she's there. I told her no, she was convicted in Accra, so she should check. So I gave her the name. It was Sabina something on my phone. And then I visited her. I think she would need 6 months to get a phone. Now, if you call her, you have to call through the prison yard phone. After 6 months, she'll be allowed to have a phone. And then I gave her money. Let me try and check the conversation. So it's interesting because what happened was that the lady was betrayed. She was betrayed.
No, the thing is, I'm not against if it's against your law to
Yeah,
jail
Nikki
people who are
Sabella.
doing that. Sorry, if it's
Nikki
against your
Sabella,
law,
that's the conversation. The lady's name is Nikki Sabella.
if it's against your law, to jail and send people who are doing a shower to prison, well, I can't fight it if it's against your law. But if we decide to do reciprocity, what if we decide to do reciprocity? Because we have a lot of ashawos in Ghana. Like I told you, I'm not doing it to throw jabs at Ghanaians. The first set of ashawo I ever know in my life na Ghanaians. The people doing ashawo in Agege, fencing in Agege in the 80s, 90s, they were Ghanaians. You understand? This is the first time it's even ever coming out of my mouth to say it.
Mm,
What is your
mm,
problem? Every time
mm,
Nigerians the only ones living in Ghana.
mm,
Today, as we speak, we have over 1.5 million Ghanaians in Nigeria. You have never, not for once, heard all the Ghanaians in Nigeria are saints, Abi. All the Ghanaians in Nigeria are saints.
mm.
You complain all the time. What is your problem? In fact, another thing is that Sometimes unprovoked, you just see people carry their phone, come out on social media and start complaining about Nigeria. There's this guy that does this one of these podcasters is Ghanaian. He seems quite smart, but he has always pulled the panic plug on Nigeria. Anything Nigeria, there was one podcast he did about Nigeria. I said maybe because of the population explosion, Nigerians are running all over the place.
You remember the video you sent me, the TikTok video
Yeah.
about the Ghanaian. There's nothing like any issue between them. He just pulls out a phone, brings the
Yes.
Ghanaian artist, and say that this Ghanaian artist is better doing better music than this Nigerian artist. Out of nowhere.
Your Eddie Young, your problem is that crime rating among Nigerians cannot be committing more crimes than you in your country. It is a lie. 2 years ago, there was a robbery incident in Ghana. I think six guys were involved in the robbery. And sorry, no, they arrested 6 Nigerians. It was later confirmed that the police lied against the Nigerians. Ghana police. Well, I've forgotten the story, but at least that it's along that line. If anybody remembers in the comment section, please put it there. It went viral. The matter went viral. They lied against Nigerians and arrested them. It was Ghanaian police that did it. Sometimes November last year, a robbery incident went viral in Ghana. In fact, it was caught on phone. I saw people came out with phones. You understand? And said those people who do that crime are Nigerians, no be Ghanaians. What nonsense is that?
Were they the ones that were later arrested in Togo?
I don't know, but I don't know if they eventually got arrested. I can't say what I don't know.
They
But
got arrested, and there were two. They were all Ghanaians.
I don't know, but it was. I think it was late last year. You understand?
Yeah. Last year.
I think that was the case. That was the robbery.
Yes, that was the case.
But before even conviction, before they caught them, everything, a lot of Ghanaians came on TV. I mean, came out on social media and said it was Nigerians that committed that robbery. What is the problem? Your Ghanaian police have been shown on record to lie against Nigerians. What is the problem? If we decide, okay, with the things that, because people are seeing what's going on online, unfortunately, people see the things going on online, and it creates a perception in the minds of people. We could just, okay, if we decide now, say in Lagos, we carry stick, we go knock all the Ghanaians' houses, we maybe start to beat them. What would you be saying?
Then we have, I think, First Dairy just brought my mind to recap my mind on something. There was this robbery incident where a policeman was shot. Later, he found out the policemen who did the robbery.
Thank you very much. So and they pinned it on Nigerians. You understand? Look, the thing is, maybe social media is more of a curse than a blessing. Because what it has exposed is that it has exposed how hateful you are towards us for doing nothing to you.
We are not a business. Senior, we are not a business-oriented country. You set up a business here.
Not even about that.
I'm making a point. You set up a business here, and then everybody wants this for free. Now, a fellow Nigerian comes here, does business, build a house, doing well for himself, and you, the same people, are hating. Meanwhile, everything about you is a familiarity.
Bro,
you see another point.
Your movie producer, what's his name? That guy that wrote A Country Called Ghana.
Lil
Wayne. He invited Nigerians, and that thing took center stage across all media in Ghana. It became an issue. Why would you invite? One of your social media pundits, what's his name? That guy that they said swindled one American Mr. Illogical. You understand? He came and said that he was interviewing Lewin and was asking him if he didn't think that Nigerians would want to take over the project. What the hell? What level of inferiority complex is that? You have shown in the most unrealistic and realistic ways that you are afraid, you are intimidated. What is your problem? Just flow with the winning team. It's as easy as that. In America, in the whole of America, nobody competes with America. Canada does not compete with America. Mexico does not compete with America. Brazil does not compete with America. But you, because you're not the ones being mentioned. You want to chill with the big boys. So you are angry every time you are not the ones being mentioned. Hmm? What is your problem? Hi.
Let's get back to what we were discussing, but let's look at this comment. Not long time ago, some Ghanaian bloggers were trying to push a narrative that GH businessman, a real estate developer, is being intimidated in Lagos. The Nigerian police later declared him wanted a few days ago. So the person was initially wanted, and then I saw that story. I skipped it, and sometimes I've been fought why I skip such stories. You see, some of these stories are too delicate to touch on. I love discussing it live.
Understand something. Understand something. I saw when Ghanaians carried placards, to Nigerian High Commission
Yeah,
in Ghana.
yeah.
I don't know the fullness of the story. I cannot talk about
Mm,
it. But let me tell you one thing peculiar about Lagos. 2 weeks ago or last week, just last week, Peter Obi's property was demolished. That's a presidential
mm,
candidate. Understand? His property was demolished. Lagos is a very small space with huge bulging population, and there's a lot of demand for land. Properties in Lagos are more expensive than in LA,
mm,
in New York. Yes, that's because of the demand. It's a very small space. So there's a lot of problems associated with buying, selling, and middlemen in land on land matters. It's a very serious problem that has been there for a long time. So it is not out of it will not be out of place to assume
mm,
that the problem the issue with that guy in Lagos, in Lagos may just be land related matters. You understand? There's a
mm.
lot of land disputes in Lagos. A lot of land disputes in Lagos. A lot. I worked in the real estate industry in Lagos back then in 2019. You understand? I know the problems that we encountered. Before we invested in any land, we would do serious due diligence, spend a lot of money. That's just on land alone. You have not bought, sorry, you have not even done the JV. You go through a lengthy process to ensure that the titles are right, everything is right, it's not a landowner encumbrance and all. That may just be the problem. You understand? That may just be the problem. But nobody knows. Another thing again is that because of this what's it called, inferiority complex, already they see these people as bullies. They see them as um superior. So the thing is, so a Ghanaian is having a problem in Nigeria. The next thing is that you have carried placards. You love him that much. You have carried placards. You have
Mm.
gone to Nigeria High Commission, Ghanaian High Commission. Let the matter will be sorted out. How many times have you seen Nigerians carry placards? It has never even happened to protest the ill treatments that you people have been meting out on Nigerians in Ghana, the business people. You understand?
Mm.
There's one man on TikTok, a middle-aged guy. He talks a lot about when he had company in Ghana and in Nigeria. He said, "You people complain all the time." He had a faction in Ghana. He had to shut it down. He said they complain all the time when they see Nigerians come. He said Ghanaians in Nigeria are more than Nigerians in Ghana, and we have never complained about you. What is the problem? And somebody has the temerity to
Guys,
come here and start typing nonsense, saying that you people commit crime. Look, we are not going. There's one thing we will never do. We will never come here and tell you we are not criminals. We are criminals. You understand? We are gangsters. We are good people. The best of people are amongst us. The most of people are amongst us. But you people coming here to pose as saints is what we will not take. No, there are bad people among you, and in fact, like, I'm sorry, it's hard for me to believe that there are sincere people in Ghana, because the way you people come out to lie about Afrobeats and jollof rice, something as trivial as that, Then you want me to believe you on bigger things? No, no. You understand? No. It's hard for me to believe. I told you something personally the other day. I said the first problem I ever had abroad was from a Ghanaian girl.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. But would I now be stupid enough to conclude that that's how the best person I know in this country is a Ghanaian?
Mm.
The best person I
So
know
it's
in
a
this
mixed stream
that's how it is everywhere.
everywhere.
That's how it is everywhere. Human nature, you cannot have it if your country you are all saints, then I was when I was supposed to work out for ground again. Now I was supposed to fly for
Yeah.
air. They say Africa is poor, Africa is poor. With the resources we have, are we supposed to be poor? If your government
No.
is not stealing your money, just like our government is stealing our money, would you be poor? What is
No.
you people? What is it that you want to just come out Nigeria? The past 6 years, like I told you, every day you go on social media, every day Ghanaians are talking about Nigeria. We don't talk about you. From your pastors, not even just in fact, a Nigerian pastor came to Ghana to sell out auditorium. It's a problem. Pastor,
Sing your
the,
songs in English.
uh,
Find a way
past,
to sing your song in English. Problem.
we're not even talking about music industry now. Pastor, sell concert for Ghana. They started a beef. I don't know. Do you understand?
Yeah.
3 years ago, like I told you, one morning they just woke up. Nigeria High Commission was bulldozed for no reason. It was just last year they built it back and apologized to Nigeria for no reason. The things that you people have done are waiting. Even South Africa, where they xenophobic, never do half. Yes, yes. Even South
That's true.
Africa,
That's true.
even South Africa, that is known as the home of xenophobia, has not done half. Every time, just today, what's his name? Bulldog has talked about Nigeria today, just today.
Oh, really? I've not seen it.
Go on and the Dusty Show.
Hits
You
FM, right?
understand? Yeah, you understand? What is it? They were talking 3 weeks ago. They were interviewing him. I think he had a show in London last month. The show flopped, and they were asking him, what went into the show that made it flop. The first response he would give was that Burna Boy's show flopped in South Africa the other time. Who's then what's his name? The black guy that this guy George British
Who?
something British. George British, Abi, what's his name?
Is it DJ Slim?
No, George British, the guy that promoted Camido.
Oh, George Britton.
George Britain now told
Yeah.
him, no. That's not the question they're asking you. The reason for Burna Boy's show flop in South Africa is because there was a beef between Burna Boy and AKA already. So these people wanted to pay him back. You understand? So you don't every small thing, Nigerian reference point. We are tired. We is tired. We is busy. We is busy working. We is tired, man. Every time,
Oh,
Nigeria.
was it about the originator of African Afro dancehall?
Yes, yes. You understand?
I have a topic to discuss on that one, but I am very choosy with the topics I discuss on my page.
But the matter is that look, um, Nigerians are trying. We are
Mm.
trying, but in fact, at every point in time, there's somebody who comes up on YouTube to give rebuttal to Ghanaians. Maybe after 2, 3 sessions, the person just gets tired and feels there's no point answering these people. You understand? The best thing, the one thing I enjoy the most is that Nigerians don't respond to Ghanaians. It makes me feel happy. You understand? It makes me feel happy because it seems like they just want to throw up a topic for discussion to create controversy so that they will be heard. You know, my joy is that they don't answer. And To say that Ghana discusses Nigeria every day is not an exaggeration. No. It is every day that the light shines upon the earth. Every day that the light shines upon the earth, they must talk about Nigerians, and almost never in good light. Almost never. It's either they came to learn from you or you taught them football. I went to a Gambian man's house. We sat down, we're talking, and the guy was asking, "What did you people do to Ghana?" They said they taught you everything. He said, I have a friend who came here the other day, and he said that in the 70s that they sat you down, they taught you how to play football. That there was a time he went to Gambia. He went to have a haircut at a shop, and the people there were telling him he thought the guys were Nigerians. So when he sat down to cut his hair, they told him not to go to that shop across the road. That those guys are Nigerians. That those people have committed. If you see a Nigerian outside Nigeria, he has committed a lot of crimes. So he's running away from his crimes. That's why they are scattered a lot across all over the place. You understand? So is it that it makes you feel happy when you paint a country in a bad light? One of those little kids. What's the her name is Sika. She's on one show like that, the King whatever show. You understand? Yeah, yesterday, the day before yesterday, she was talking. She said, "The Nigerians, I know they
Is it
are
the
good at
King's Multimedia, that channel?
yes, and that they are good at what they do. They do this, they do that. Uh, but one thing you must know about them is that they are very proud people, and they even the Ghanaians living in Nigeria. I'm sorry, the Nigerians living in Ghana. When you see them, even though our economy is better than theirs, why? Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? There's Togo. The economy better than that of Togo or not better. There's South Africa. There are 54 countries in Africa. 54. 54 countries in Africa. Every day, every day that the sun rises upon the earth, every day, Sammy Flex, that looks like a pastor, will come out, set ring lights, and start talking nonsense all the time.
I thought he had stopped though.
It has reduced a great deal. It has reduced a great deal.
Self-realization.
It has reduced a great deal. You understand? Somebody that should be in the seminary, you come, who says, what has Nigeria done to you? If people can talk, look, the relationship is supposed to be a perfect relationship. It is supposed to be very sweet, cordial. You understand? But when negativity comes in, what does it result to? This is where we start, the people that matter start avoiding you. Whiskey had a house in Ghana or still has, but it doesn't go there anymore. He doesn't.
He was always with R2Bs. He wants to sway away from the fact that they will tell him one day that R2B taught him music. One day,
Somebody said that we should learn to stay in our country. Go and tell your government to come and drive all the Ghanaians in Nigeria. That's what you people don't know. You don't learn. You don't learn. To be conservative is not a problem, but you people have made it a problem. You people don't know that migration is as old as man.
do you know
Migration,
the current host of Andy Dosty's show? What's his name? He's an industry player. Oh, check. There is a new host. I think it's Kwame Dazi or something.
I think so.
Yes. Yeah. He mentioned something that Ghanaians should stop letting people tell them that they rush. There's this popular saying, opre. That's in our language. You rush too much. And that we should learn from Nigeria that Nigerians are go-getters. So I was like,
No,
now you people are becoming
they
you
shouldn't
people are becoming self-aware.
they shouldn't
When
learn
I
from
was
us.
part of the industry, even in the gospel side, that's what they told me. They told me at the rush.
They
That's
shouldn't
what they
learn from
told
us.
me.
There's 193 countries in the world. There are countries with better standards that you can learn from. Learn from anywhere, not Nigerians. You understand? Because the negativity is just too much. It's too much. You understand? Like I told you, my best person here in Europe is a Ghanaian. Oh, I love him with all my heart. You understand? Alex Amankwa. Oh Lord,
Mm.
sweet human being. You understand? It is like that
Mm.
everywhere. We have good people, we have bad people.
Bad people.
We have it like that. And we are not coming here to say we are good people. We are not good. We are human beings made up of everything and in between. You understand? Everything, anything where you want to see, we get them. We get thieves. We
Reminds
get
that you know that they contribute to the socio-economic development of our country. You know that they pay tax.
no. Hang on. Let me even tell them. In fact, common Nigerian banks for your country. You don't have banks in your country anymore. GT is Nigerian bank.
Mm.
Um,
Access Bank.
First Bank is Nigerian bank. Access Bank is Nigerian bank. Do you have Diamond Bank is Nigerian bank?
Mm.
If we don't have banks in your country, we have like 10. So remove your financial, so your economy now with the runner.
The most affordable electrical products in the country, you get
Now
it
it go
from
work.
Nigerians.
Now it go
If you
work with that.
go to Ghanaians to go and buy electricals, the money you will spend.
No, he said make we should learn to stay in our country. If we learn to stay in our country, the banks where they employ una forget them. No, the banks where they employ una for that place una forget them. Nigerians have clubs and pubs in your country. They employ people there. Dangote gets in cement factory there. Dangote is about to build um, uh, um I think
Sugar,
salt, sugar in your
sugar and
country. So
salt
we should learn.
factory.
So we should learn to stay in our country. You people don't seem to understand that. Look, the world is so intertwined now.
Eric, really? Are you being sarcastic? Anyways.
What you don't understand is that your economy is a $79 billion economy. 79 billion. Lagos is $259 billion economy. You don't have anything. You have nothing. Your country is poor. Your country is poor. The
Welcome,
reason
Roland Achibok, my brother. Welcome.
the reason you people are talking this nonsense is because we have a lot of Nigerians that are stupid enough to come and talk nonsense about our country. That's why you are talking. You have not been to Nigeria before. Your country is poor. It's a $79 billion economy. 79 billion, the whole of Ghana.
When
Dangote
I
can buy
returned from Lagos, somebody asked me, "Why did you go there?" I kept staring at the person.
So the thing
Anyways,
is, the thing is, if no be hate, why should people be talking like this? Stay in your country. You are not be staying in your country. You are more in my country than I am in your country. Your people are more in my country than we are in your country. So tell the Ghanaian government to come and sweep all the Ghanaians in Nigeria. We cannot continue thinking and living like this. This is
mm,
coming from a place of hate.
mm,
It's coming from a place of hate. And it's not from there, it's not just from you. Your father taught you hate. Yes. Somebody from a previous generation taught you how to hate. They have told you bad things about other people. Hate is learned.
you see, you are making money here. So automatically intimidation sets in. Nigerians are making money here. Same
And there,
business, they
and
do
there are
it
no
with
rich,
a Ghanaian. Nigerians will
there,
make money more than them.
and there are no rich Ghanaians in Nigeria.
No, what I'm saying is that
No,
you are
no, I
same
understand you.
business
I understand
and
you.
same business. Let's say same product.
We
This
know,
is
we
a
know.
Nigerian's product. This
You
is a
can't beat the
Ghanaian.
Igbos. You can't beat the Igbos to business. We know.
Yeah,
Do you think
they
there are
will
no
make
rich?
money more than you.
Do you think there are no rich Ghanaians in Nigeria? That's the question.
They are. They are.
I knew one personally. He died like 6 years ago. Mr. Kingston. That man get money die. Now Nigeria I grew up. Now Ghanaian.
Mm.
What are you people saying? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you people? Like I said earlier, your economy, your entire economy is $79 billion. That's what it is worth. So you people should not even come and talk outside because it's a poor economy. We're all poor. We're all poor. So you should know that one. We are poor. We are poor. Your banks now we get them. Dangote Cements now we get them. Elumelu get stake for your economy. What's it called? Dangote get stake for your economy. For long, get stake for your economy. So what are you talking? Tell me real sector where we say that Ghanaians get out for Nigeria. What are people saying?
You need to learn.
We
Need
are
to
all
travel and
poor.
learn.
As Africans, we are poor. We are poor, we're underdeveloped. But you people we will come outside, Ghana na LA for Nigeria. The Accra you are talking about, the Accra you want to brag about. I don't think you have up to two major cities in Ghana. I don't think Nigeria has cities. Cities. Not be five.
Yeah.
We are big. So, but these are not things I should be saying because we are all Africans. We should be united. But the hatred, the toxicity coming from two borders away is strong. They should tone it down. Oh, you see, you don't know beyond that. That's what they've taught you. I can see you are corrupt yourself. You see, that's a problem. That's a problem. You people are so. No. It's terrible. It's
It is what it is. Guys, I have
terrible.
1% left of my phone's battery, but let's round it up. Automatically, we've gotten to know that, this wouldn't have been a case if it was an Indian community demanding for the same things the Igbos are demanding for. It
No.
wouldn't have been a problem if Togo, just for one or two of them, just maybe one or two. But on the majority scale, it shouldn't have been a problem. And the dialogue would have been simpler. It comes back to one thing. Personally, this is my personal opinion, not that of my boss. You know, we are intimidated by Nigeria's presence. We are intimidated by Nigeria's dominating nature. And my people is not going to stop. That is who they are. So far as they are not, doing anything on a majority scale negatively, they have to. Just as we also go to other countries to go and make money, they see opportunities everywhere. So it is what it is. Senior, your final remarks. I have 1% left.
The thing is, look, we have to learn. Unfortunately, we cannot force you to like us. Don't even like us. The more you hate us, the better it is for us. You understand? The thing is, it's my wish that Nigerians come to Nigeria, if it's possible. But you can't do anything about that. Migration is as old as man. People must migrate. Here where I live in Europe, we have Ghanaians, we have Cameroonians, we have Indians, we have everybody. It is because the place is progressing that's why people are coming there. Before 2007, most of your population were in Nigeria. It was when you discovered oil that people started going back. And you people should be thankful to Nigeria for what they have done to accommodate your people. We had Ghanaian teachers back then in our schools. We had people sewing our shoes were Ghanaians. We never complained. We heralded them, we loved them. But people are the fact that Nigerians are coming to your country does not mean they are poor. We are the Igbo people are like that. We move. Finally, I believe that yes, just like you said, it is out of intimidation and inferiority complex. But at the same time, I'll still maintain what I said earlier. It is a stretch for people to demand for land in a foreign land that they want to establish. Knowing that the temperature is not so good, you don't have that you don't have that kind of chummy relationship with them asking for
Yeah.
land. So I believe it's a stretch, you know, and people are very sensitive about land issues. So we live and learn. So we can learn better. The Ghanaian community or the Ghanaian people in charge of chieftaincy should wade in and solve this matter. It's not a big problem, but we should learn to live as Africans, Black people, we love. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, it's quite interesting. I've not been able to read a lot of the comments today, but I'm glad you joined. Like I said, we'll be doing this more. We have another app on standby which can host like 3 4 people, and that is what we are planning to do, but it has to come when we are both free and we have time to do. I've seen a comment, I don't even want to read that. I am the one intimidated with an insultive narrative. That's not what I do. I don't, somebody like me, I don't bow down to negativity. I try to skip them. But it's been a fruitful conversation today, guys. Thank you all for coming. We've tried our best to dissect the issue, no matter our affiliation, and we've said it blatant, as it is. No bias. Pan Africanism is what we do here. All right. So I'll be coming your way with more. It is time to go, guys. See you. I might drop, sorry, an exclusive this evening. So be here, be square. And then those of you who are new, subscribe to this Pan African channel. If you don't have a Pan African mindset and you deal in hate, you want to attack issues with emotions and take sides, then I beg, leave the channel and then go your way. That's the best thing. But if you have a Pan African mindset, join the family and then subscribe. It's been lovely having you. I salute you, Senior.